Namaste everybody and welcome to you all to our today's video lesson. Are you a student of English grammar? And are you willing to learn how to use prepositions correctly in English? If yes, this video is definitely made for you. We have already presented a video regarding how to use in, on and at earlier, and today this is the part 2 of our presentation regarding preposition. Welcome to you all to the presentation session. Today our topic of discussion is prepositions part 2, and we are going to have a detailed as well as comprehensive lesson regarding the usages of with, for, since, of, from, to, about and by. First of all, let's observe the definitions of preposition. Oxford Learner's Dictionary defines a preposition as a word or group of words such as in, from, to, out of, and on behalf of, used before a noun or pronoun to show place, position, time or method. Okay, these words are used before a noun or pronoun to show place, position, time or method. Next one, Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines a preposition as a word or group of words that is used with a noun, pronoun or noun phrase to show direction, location or time or introduce an object. Similarly, prepositional phrase refers to a phrase in which there is a preposition in the beginning and after that there is the objects and the words may be there to modify the objects. For example, in the room, on a table, in the house, etc. We have already discussed these definitions in our previous lesson as well. And today we are moving towards part 2. And first of all, let's observe the usages of with. The first use is in the company or presence of someone or something. It means to refer to accompaniment or togetherness of someone or something. For example, I enjoy traveling with my friends. With my friends means together with my friends, in the company of my friends. In this situation we use with. More examples. She lives with her parents in the UK. I don't like tea with milk. The presence of two items is indicated with the use of with. She lives with her parents in the UK. And next rule is having or carrying or occupying something. Example, a man with a briefcase is coming. A man having a briefcase or carrying a briefcase is coming. He has a briefcase with him. More examples, I saw a girl with long hair. A girl with long hair means a girl having long hair with her. He came with the news. He came with the good news. The glass is filled with water. The glass is full of water. It means the glass is full of water, filled with water. The roof of the house is covered with snow. Covered with. Next rule is using some tool or instrument. It means we use with to indicate the use of some tool or instrument or means to do something using a tool or instrument. Example, draw the map of Nepal with a pencil. With a pencil means using a pencil. With the help of a pencil. More examples, cut these vegetables with a knife. Using a knife. He cleaned the table with a piece of cloth. With the help of a piece of cloth. In this way, we have to make use of with in these three situations. Let's move to the fourth use of with. To indicate in opposition to someone or something, to refer to against someone or something. Example, I had an argument with my colleague. Argument with, fight with, discussion with, row with. More examples, don't fight with your friends. To play tennis with someone. At war with somebody. A country may be at war with another country. In this way, to indicate against or in opposition to someone or something, we have to use with. Next one is manner of doing something. To show manner of doing something. How is something done? Example, they welcomed us with happiness. They welcomed us with happiness. How did they welcome us? With happiness. She sleeps with the windows open. She sleeps with the windows open. She keeps the windows open when she sleeps. Don't stand with your hands in your pockets. She looked at us with surprise. She looked at us with surprise. Another one is we use with to show favor, agreement or support on the side of. Example, go ahead, I am with you. Means you have my support. We agree with your opinion. We are with you. Next rule, to indicate because of or as a result of something. Example, he was freezing with cold. Due to cold, because of cold. Skill comes with practice. Skill comes as a result of practice. With practice. Okay, these are different usages of with. Now let's observe some adjectives which take with. Example, angry with, associated with, bored with, busy with, blessed with, confronted with, content with, means satisfied with, crowded with, familiar with, furious with, happy with, okay with, I am okay with what I have, pleased with, popular with, satisfied with. Okay, these are some examples of adjectives with which we use with. These are some common combinations. You have to remember these combinations. There is no any such rule to memorize. You have to remember one by one. Now let's observe some verbs which take with. Agree with, argue with, associate with, bargain with, charge with, collide with, deal with, feel with, discuss with, satisfy with, trust with, and so on. You have to remember these verbs one by one. You have to pause video and you have to learn by heart. Now let's move to usages of for. The first use is to show a reason, cause, or purpose of doing something. Example, Nepal is famous for its high mountains. What is the reason behind Nepal's fame? Its high mountains. This is one of the reasons behind Nepal's fame in the world. Nepal is famous for its mountains. Next, she gave me a watch for my birthday. He got an award for bravery. I thanked them for supporting us. We went to market for shopping. Why is something done? For some reason or for some purpose. And in these situations, we use for. Another usage is for someone, for plus person, to introduce someone receiving something. Example, the weather is best for me. I am the one who is going to enjoy the weather. It's for me. She bought a mobile phone for her sister. For her sister. He bought a sari for his wife. There is a letter for you. You are the one who is getting that letter. There is a letter for you. Next one, to show price, reward or penalty of something. Example, he bought this t-shirt for rupees 800. For rupees 800 means he spent 800 rupees to buy this t-shirt. I bought a kilo of apples for 200. Dr. Ruit was awarded for his great social work. For his great social work. This is reward. You will be punished for your sins. You will be punished for your sins. Next one. In support of someone or something. To express our support or approval, we have to use for. Example, are you for or against the law? For means in support of something or someone. Are you supporting or opposing the new law? For indicates a support. Let's vote for him. There is a strong case for supporting him. Next use, to show destination of someone or something. Example, the bus leaves for Kathmandu. It means the destination of the bus is Kathmandu. Leaves for Kathmandu means the bus is going to Kathmandu. He is destined for a bright future. He is surely moving towards a bright future. Destined for a bright future. Next one is for and since. We use for with a length of time that indicates the duration or period of time. On the other hand, since is used for point of time. Let's observe some examples. We have been traveling for 6 hours. We have been traveling for 6 hours. We started traveling before 6 hours and we are still traveling. We have been traveling since 2 p.m. We use for with period of time. This 6 hours is a period of time or duration only, but 2 p.m. is fixed point of time at which something started. Therefore, with this kind of time expressions, for 6 hours, for 15 minutes, for 3 months, for many days, for a long time, these are known as duration of time or period of time, and we use for with them. On the other hand, we use since with point of time, the time expressions that indicate point of time. Example, since 2 p.m., since Monday, since January, since Christmas Day. In this way, we have to make use of for and since in these two different situations. More examples. I have been living here for 6 months. I have been there since January. I haven't seen him for 2 weeks, or I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. In negative sentences, we can use in as well. I haven't seen him in 2 weeks or for 2 weeks. She has been teaching English since 2015. For 10 years, since 2015. It's a long time since your last letter. Another rule. Since is also used for reason as and since, just like because. Example, there is no need for introductions since everyone already knows each other. We use as or since in more formal situations, and when we use as or since, we focus on results, not reason. We focus on result of something. We use because when we have a focus on reason, cause, but when we use as or since, we have focus on result, not cause. Next, let's observe some common expressions using for. Anxious for, care for, famous for, eligible for, grateful for, hope for, qualified for, ready for, sorry for, useful for, and so on. Verb combinations. Admire for, allow for, apply for, care for, desire for, long for, look for, pray for, thank for, vote for, wait for, and so on. Let's move to the usages of. The first one is belonging or relating to someone or something. To indicate possession, a sense of possession is there. A leg of the chair is short. Next, he is a friend of mine. It means he is my friend, a friend of mine. This indicates a sense of possession. The map of the world, the role of a teacher's role, the role of a teacher. Next, coming from a particular background or living in a place. Example, they are citizens of Nepal. They are citizens of Nepal. People of China. Example, a woman of Italian descent. Of. The people of Thailand. People of Thailand. People belonging to Thailand. Next, used with measurements and expressions of time, age, etc. Example, 10 kilos of rice. 10 kilos of rice. An increase of 5%. A girl of 17. The 15th of September. The year of my birth. In this way, to indicate measurements, expression of time or age, and so on, we use of. Next use. Of is often used after some, many, a few, one, none, etc. Examples. One of my friends is a singer. Many of the villagers are unemployed. Some of his colleagues. A few of the problems. None of them. All of them. Some of them. Neither of them. In this way, we use of. Next, to indicate a cause, motive, or reason of something. Example, my dog died of old age. It means, my dog died because of old age. To express a cause, motive, or reason, we use of in this situation. Die of, ashamed of, accused of, in this way. Next, consisting of or containing somebody or something. Example, please give me a glass of water. A glass containing water. The House of Representatives. The house which contains people's representatives. A crowd of people, a herd of cattle, and so on. Common expressions with of. Afraid of, ashamed of, aware of, confident of, deprived of, fond of, jealous of, kind of, lack of, proud of, sick of, tired of, etc. Verbs plus of: accuse of, die of, boast of, consist of, beware of, dream of, deprive of, get rid of, think of, and so on. Usages of from: place of origin or starting point of something, beginning point of something. For example, I am from Nepal. It means Nepal is my origin. I belong to Nepal. Jaggery is made from sugarcane. This is jaggery, which is made from sugarcane. The beginning point, the starting point of jaggery is from sugarcane. We get milk from cows. Our journey began from Kathmandu. The match starts from 4 p.m. In this way, to indicate any beginning point or origin, we use from. Next one is range. To show the range of something, from something to something. Example, the temperature varies from 30 degrees to 42 degrees here. The river flows from north to south. This is the range, from north to south. He sells everything from vegetable to computer. The definition of happiness differs from people to people. In this way, to indicate, to express the range of something, we use from. Next one is to show that somebody or something is prevented from another thing. Example, she saved him from drowning. Saved him from drowning. Drowning. They prevented me from committing a crime. They saved me from committing a crime. I could have committed a crime, but they prevented me from doing that. Protect your skin from the sun. Common combinations with from are, let's observe: different from, free from, safe from, derive from, differ from, come from, expect from, prevent from, protect from, recover from, save from, suffer from, and so on. Next, usages of to indicate a destination or direction. Example, we are going to Thailand next week. To Thailand. This is destination. The dog ran to us as soon as we arrived. I walked to the cafe. He is on the way to the airport. We are going to hospital. In this way, if we are talking about any destination or direction of our movement, we use to. Next one is range. The same rule which we have already discussed in from. He sells everything from vegetables to computer to. From to. Both the prepositions are used here. From people to people. The road is 6 to 8 meters wide. Another one is indirect object and someone receiving something. He gave a book to me. I am the one who is receiving that book. To me. Me is indirect object and a book is direct object. I am grateful to my teachers. My teachers are receiving my gratefulness. The letter was addressed to the PM. I will explain to you about the incident. In this way we use to. Next, use to show a relationship between two entities. Example, John is married to Anne. We have used to indicate relationship between John and Anne. The Nepali ambassador to the USA. The key to success. The solution to this problem. Let's observe some common expressions. Access to, addicted to, allergic to, attention to, committed to, dedicated to, devoted to, key to, easy to, known to, unknown to, married to, obedient to, similar to, junior to, superior to, inferior to, etc. Verbs plus to. Admit to, answer to, belong to, devote to, introduce to, invite to, look forward to, prefer to, speak to, talk to, subscribe to, etc. Usages of about. With regard to, on the subject of, or concerning. To indicate the subject matter of something, we use about. Example, what do you know about cricket? Regarding cricket, what do you know about cricket? Tell me more about you. More about you. Write an essay about the history of our country. If this is title, then we use on. Write an essay on corruption. That must be heading or title, but this is not title because the beginning letter is small. Therefore, this is not title. We use about here. Write an essay about the history of our country. What are you talking about? To indicate the meaning approximately, a little more or less than, a little before or after, approximately. Not fixed, not accurate, but somehow near. Example, it costs about ₹100. More or less. I waited for about an hour, approximately an hour, around an hour. The bus left at about 9 a.m. Write an essay in about 300 words. More or less. Approximately 300 words. Another one is about to. About to do something means going to do something very soon. Example, it is about to rain. It is going to rain very soon. Bring me an umbrella. He was about to phone the police. He was going to phone the police because something unexpected happened there. Therefore, he was going to phone the police. But I stopped him. Next one is usages of by. The first rule. Near or beside someone or something. To indicate the proximity, near or beside someone or something, we use by. My house is by the river, means near the river, beside the river. By the river Piedra, I sat down and wept. A famous book, a world-renowned book written by Paulo Coelho, By the River. The telephone is by the window. Come and sit by me, beside me or near me. Another one, usually after a passive verb, by plus agent in passive voice. Example, America was discovered by Columbus. It means Columbus discovered America by Columbus. Who is the poetry composed by? Gitanjali was composed by Rabindranath Tagore. Munamadan was composed by Devkota. By Devkota. I was frightened by the noise. I was frightened by the noise. Next one, to show the way of doing something. How is something done? Example, the house is heated by gas. By gas. We paid the bill by check. How did we pay the bill? By check. I will contact you by mail. Switch it off by pressing this button. By pressing this button. This shows the way of doing something, the manner of doing something. Next use, before or not later than the time mentioned. Example, the painting will have been ready by next week. It is not ready now, but by next week means within next week, before next week, it will have been ready. In this way, in future perfect tense, we use by. Next example, can you finish the work by 5 p.m. tomorrow? By 5 p.m. tomorrow. He should have arrived by now, by this time. By the time this letter reaches you, we will have left the country. Before or not later than the time mentioned in the sentence. Next one, means of transportation with no use of articles. Example, we went to India by plane. On a plane, by plane. By bus, by car, by plane, by train, by air, by land, by sea. But if there is use of any article, on a bus, on a plane, on a train, on a ship. If the given means of transportation is large vehicle, where there is sufficient space to move around, in such situation we use on plus article plus that large vehicle. In a car, in a taxi, in a truck, in a helicopter. If there is narrow space inside that vehicle and we cannot stand or move around easily, we have to sit as we enter the vehicle. In that situation, we use in plus article plus that vehicle with narrow space inside. Next use, to give more information about where someone comes from, what someone does, etc. Example, they are both actors by profession. By profession. He is American by birth. Giving more information about his origin, about where he comes from. He is American by birth. She is a Hindu by religion. Let's observe some common expressions. By chance, by check, by force, by mistake, by nature, by the way, by heart, by all means, disturbed by, delighted by, excited by, astonished by, surprised by, etc. Okay students, now we are moving towards practice section. I have collected some questions for you and there are alternatives in the brackets. You have to choose the right alternative to fill up the blank spaces. This is part 1. Next, this is part 2 and this is part 3. Altogether 33 questions are there for your practice. You have to try to fill up these blank spaces using the correct alternatives from the brackets given there. If you have any confusion, watch the video once again and I hope you will surely be able to do this exercise. If you want to learn more about prepositions, you can visit these websites. Thank you very much for watching the video thoroughly. If you have any queries or suggestions, please leave your responses in the comment section below. If you are satisfied with the video, like and share this video with other students. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit bell icon to get notification of new video materials. We will surely meet in the next video. Have a great time. Goodbye.